Hey everybody, it's Lacey. Today I thought I would try something different and just talk instead of put everything in writing. So today I'm going to talk about an actual movement instead of a particular person. Today I want to talk about the New Apostolic Reformation, or the capital NAR for short. And here's just a basic definition from the internet off of Wikipedia. It says the New Apostolic Reformation, NAR, is a movement which seeks to establish a fifth branch within Christendom, distinct from Catholicism, Protestantism, Oriental Orthodoxy, and Eastern Orthodoxy. The movement is largely associated with the Pentecostal and the Charismatic movements and advocates the restoration of the lost offices of church governance, namely the offices of prophet and apostle. If you want to go look it up, you can. So basically, this is kind of a new movement, although not so new now. It's been around for a little bit. I just kind of want to talk to you about mine and Mikey's personal experience with this movement. So back in around 2008, Mikey and I moved to Knoxville, Tennessee. We were going to a church there, which I am not going to name. But we started attending a church there as soon as it was planted, and, we would meet, we would worship, we would pray, and sometimes a pastor would preach, and it was just really good. I want to believe the best about these pastors and people that were leading it, that they really just were trying to seek Jesus and do the will of God. Then we got a new building, and they started to host conferences with some of these New Apostolic Reformation, quotation mark, prophets and apostles. So we were new to hearing that. I remember one of the first conferences there that we attended was with Rick Joyner and Lance Wallnau. And I remember them explaining what the NAR was and how this is a new movement of God and how he's trying to raise back up the lost apostles and prophets and all this stuff. So again, we were very new to it. We didn't really hear all those terms before, and we just kind of followed along with it. I remember some things that like Rick or our pastor would say that, Jesus told them this, or they had a vision, or Jesus gave them a dream. And some things they would share weren't biblical, so you would technically say they were extra biblical. It was something outside of scripture that we were being taught. And if you question any of these people, they just basically say, well, you just have to trust us because we're hearing from God. And they were very much put on pedestals, these prophets and apostles, as if they have the closest relationship to God ever, that they pray more, they fast more, and they hear God more, so you just can't question them. And of course, it makes us that are, normal Christians feel like we can't ever attain that, or we just can't be that close to God because, only they can. And so just over the years, Mikey and I would notice here or there different things said, different things taught, that we were kind of like, that's not really scriptural. And we would have what I like to call red flags, which were kind of like knew something was wrong or something was up, but we couldn't put our finger on it. We didn't really know. Because again, we were younger. Now we're older. I'm going to be 37 this year. So now we can kind of see what's going on from the outside. But when you're in on it, it's very hard to notice or to see what's going on. And that's the art of deception. So basically, I want to share that this movement is a false movement. It's not from God. I'm going to be careful what I say. Whenever you hear the word new or movement in the church, what I've learned is to run and go the other direction and don't follow it, because there's nothing new and there's no new movements from God. Everything that he wanted us to know is in the Bible. Everything that we need is in the Bible. His word says he's given us everything that we need according to life and godliness in his word. So basically, with that said, God is not trying to raise up apostles apostles and prophets again, as these people are saying. In order to be an apostle, biblically speaking, that person would actually have to be an eyewitness of Jesus. They would have seen him die and rose again and see him after he came back to life. And they would have had to have been appointed by Jesus himself. However, these people did not see Jesus after he ascended to heaven, because that was over 2,000 years ago and they weren't alive then. And they appoint themselves as apostles, or they have, other people in the same movement around them appointing them as apostles. So it's not necessarily Jesus appointing them, it's self-titled or by other people titled. I hope this is making sense. I am going to also leave an article link below, because I think these people, I don't even know who wrote the article actually, but I was trying to look up something in order to share with this movement, because we've experienced it ourselves, but I was trying to dig a little deeper, and I actually came across this article, and I think they did a very, very good job of explaining why and how this movement is not from God. So I'm actually going to leave that article link in the description below. I think it's by someone called Got Answers or Got Questions. I don't remember at the moment, but I don't need to retype it all because they did such a good job already. But I just thought I would share this quick video just to make you aware and be careful of what's being taught right now, because it's definitely not a good thing.